Okay. Welcome, everyone. We are here today for the Wednesday, June 7th regular Board of Trustees meeting. I will call this meeting to order. Ms. Kraft, can you please call the roll?
Mrs. Fowles?
Here.
Ms. Knapp?
Here. Please join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, our first order of business is that we are announcing again that yesterday we appointed Mike Ringel to our open position as Township Trustee. He will be trustee through the November election, then running for office along with myself and Ms. Kraft. And then we'll go from there. So we had, if you didn't follow along with the last couple days, we had lots and lots of interest in this. So we had actually 15 residents respond. We interviewed 8 in a first round interview, and then we interviewed 2 in our second round interview, and are excited to have Mike join our team. So we'll do some pictures. Hi. Do we want to do them over here so that it can be on the live stream?
Sure, yeah.
Let's do pictures with.
We're going to do them against the one.
We can do both. Yeah. So let's do pictures with the 3 trustees. We'll do pictures with the 3 trustees and Ms. Kraft, and then also Ms. Bonnie. All right. Sorry, Pete, no pictures.
And congratulations.
And congratulations.
Just take a moment to say thank you to Trustee Faust and Trustee Knapp. It was an honor interviewing in front of you and learning more about your deep service to the community, and I look forward to serving alongside you.
We're excited to have you join our team.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And like I said yesterday, we did interview, 8, you said, and there were 15 applicants, and we felt that although there were many other applicants that were highly qualified, we felt that you had the experience as an elected official or in an elected official's position. You're a CPA, you're an attorney, and you have political experience, and we just thought that you were the most well-rounded of all of the applicants for this position at least. So thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Do some pictures. Fingers too. That'll be it.
No, I didn't see the drawing change, but it's not. It's not part of that. Okay.
Yeah. Right, you did get sworn in, but yeah. Mike, if you wanted to, welcome, you want to sit with us? You just can't make any decisions, but you can feedback. Right?
We'll get your bond done quickly.
Yes. You will be ready for our next trustee meeting.
And you're ordering the right?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
First thing.
Yep. Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I shut our blinds, maybe after. Blind.
All right.
Okay. All right.
Ready? Okay, now I'm going to open our JED hearing. Right? Oh, do we
Yes.
have any
We'll do general announcements and public comment after.
afterward that? Okay, thank you. Okay, so I make a motion to approve resolution 23-162 to open public hearing concerning the Joint Economic Development District and contract.
Second?
Ms. Knapp?
Yes.
Mrs. Faust?
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you, board. Today is our public hearing for our newest Joint Economic Development District. We are fortunate to partner with City of Worthington on our newest JED. And we do have 3 properties that will be included in the JED. And this map, I will zoom into the map as it's a little hard to identify. But, with recent zoning changes to our overlay district, we do require properties to go into the JED through that. And then, just with general discussions and negotiations with the property owners, we're fortunate to have 3 to start off and kickstart our JED. The 3 properties are the BJ's site, which is located just north of the Walmart Plaza. The BJ's will also have 3 commercial outlets. I'm looking at Robin as he'll be answering some of the questions too, if the board has any. Following just north of that, we have the new Sheets located on Orange and 23 that will be part of the JED. And then near Green Meadows or behind Menards, this red here is the next gen tennis facility that is also part of the JED. And Pete, I don't know if we wanted to say anything else, but that's really all I have.
This is just part of the statutory process. Obviously, contract not today, but after the 3rd runs, we'll have a petition signed, go for contractors, and then after the only thing left to do is
So we think it'll be up and running August, late August?
everything goes well.
Okay.
And our municipal partner does time meter. Yeah.
That's all I have. I don't know if we wanted to open up for any public comment or if you had any questions specifically on the businesses. Robin and I can do our best to try and.
You will have to make an appointment to the jet board down the line, but that's after the practice about doing.
Okay.
But that'll also come from that.
And us being a part of, or creating this and having businesses in this will give us additional funding for the township that we can use. We talked about safety services, that kind of thing.
Yeah, jet funds can be used for any lawful purpose.
Okay.
But certainly safety services.
Any other public comment? Anybody have any questions? Okay, all right, I'm going to make a motion to approve Resolution 23-163 to close the public hearing concerning the Joint Economic Development District and contract.
Second. Ms. Knapp? Yes.
Mrs. Faust.
Yes. Okay, now we are back in our regular meeting. Is there any public comment related to anything else? Okay, hearing none, do we have any general announcements?
I have none.
I guess just for the 4th of July parade, we did have the registrations. It was initially due this Friday, but with recent communication with some of our neighbors, business owners, and just anybody we know, we did extend it until
June
June.
20th?
That sounds right. The day after Juneteenth.
Yeah, so June 20th,
Yes,
Tuesday, June 20th. We currently have 27 groups in the parade, so we're excited about that. We've got 2 marching bands. We've got some participation from both of the Township High School, so Olentangy and Orange. We've got a Cub Scout group. We've got a Girl Scout group. We've got a local eye doctor. Our fire department's going to be in it. We
have a good variety.
We have a good variety. Yeah, the library's going to be a part of it. Lifewise Academy. Yeah, it's going to be fun. There's a nice spacing of big fancy things like big trucks and a couple different cheer groups that are in it. Tiger Woos. So yeah, lots of community participation, but space for additional people should they want to attend or to participate. Sorry.
That's all I had.
And what time is that again?
It is at 10 a.m. on Tuesday, July 4th. And just to remind everybody of the route, it will start at Orange Middle School, go on Orange Road towards the high school and turn south on Walkerwood Boulevard and then go back up the ramp into the high school parking lot, which is a nice circle. So our participants have a spot where they can drop off. It's not challenging for our participants. And Kona Ice is going to be in the parking lot where the spectators are parking, which is the big part of the high school. So that's a fun treat. Over or when it's happening for families and people waiting for the parade.
This is the first time the township has actually ever done it on its own. Mm-hmm. So the parade route is a little bit shorter maybe than in the past, but because it's our very first time, we thought we'd kind of make it simple and make any improvements next year.
All township roads, so we don't have to shut down any county roads, and we're not really allowed to do that. We're not allowed to do that. So
you can ask.
Yeah, it's a little bit longer than the most recent route that we had pre-COVID, so we're excited for the length, but yeah, we're just excited for the community to come out and to offer this again. So, or to offer it from the government perspective for the first time.
When was the last one? 2019.
19. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And the parade was always great and a great, community gathering event. So we're excited to do that. Hopefully people will stick around and come watch.
Yeah, we need some more elected officials to come. Any that haven't committed to other parades.
You've got a couple weeks here. Okay. Do we have any agenda changes?
I just have one under operations report, item B. We will need to table that. We're still working with the county engineers to finalize that, the 2023 road improvement program.
All right. Do we have any questions on the consent agenda?
I have none.
Okay. Or the purchase orders that are not purchase orders?
I have none.
Okay. All right. I make a motion to approve Resolution 23-164, approving the electronic record of the proceedings from the regular trustee meeting held on May 16th, special trustee meeting held on May 17th, 2023, Special trustee meeting held on June 1st, 2023. Special trustee meeting held on June 5th, 2023. And special trustee meeting held on June 6th, 2023. And a motion to approve resolution 23-165, approving purchase orders, then and now purchase orders, and blanket purchase orders as listed.
Second.
Ms. Knapp?
Yes.
Mrs. Faust?
Yes. Okay. For zoning's report, Mr. Duffy.
Thank you, Mrs. Faust. Before I dive into the hearings and meetings report, I will mention that we did have 2 groundbreakings in Orange Township in the last couple weeks. So this morning, Mrs. Faust and Ms. Bonnie and I attended a groundbreaking for a new branch for CME Credit Union. They're going to have a Crimson Cup coffee shop in there as well, and a little tech hub for all your device support. And then a few weeks ago, our senior zoning officer and I, Brett Wimkin, attended a groundbreaking for Kids Are Kids, which is a private educational facility just north of the mini golf place up on Artesian Run. The owners of that are also Orange Township residents.
So 2 new businesses right in the same area.
Yes, they are very close to each other, so we're excited to have them in the community.
Yeah.
In terms of our hearings and meetings, we do have both Zoning Commission and Board of Zoning Appeals coming up next week. The Zoning Commission is Tuesday, June 13th at 6:30. There is 1 application on that agenda. They are proposing to rezone a planned commercial district to a new planned commercial district on East Powell Road to allow for the operation of a distillery and tasting room over there on the other side of 71.
That used to be the Christmas house, right?
That is, yeah, Christmas house, old schoolhouse property. We're excited that they're going to keep the existing building, and then they have future plans for expansion and new buildings behind the existing one. For the Board of Zoning Appeals, there are 3 cases on that agenda. 2 are from the previous meeting. One is a house on Hillgale Court that does not have a fence around an already constructed swimming pool. The board closed the hearing on that application last time. They will be reading a written decision on that at their meeting next week on Thursday, June 15th. There's another variance application for a sign on Corduroy Road. That was also continued from the previous Board of Zoning Appeals meeting in May. And then one other area variance on Little Bear Loop for a patio structure to encroach into the 35-foot rear yard setback. That is all for the Board of Zoning Appeals. We do have 2 tabled applications, one with the Board of Trustees for an RCOD application on Route 23 and Parkway Drive, as well as one with the Board of Zoning Appeals for a proposed place of worship on Vail Canyon Road. I do not have updates for either one of those at this time.
Did the signage one that was continued, did they submit an updated design?
Yes, they are modifying their request based on the board's feedback.
Okay. Any other questions on zoning hearings? Okay. Did you have an appointment?
I have nothing further.
Oh, the BZA.
Oh, yes, we do.
Okay.
Thank you for that. We do have one resolution before you today to appoint Joe Pax as an alternate for our Board of Zoning Appeals. He would fill in an unexpired term, which expires in 2024. Mr. Pax has served, I believe, on Orange Township boards in the past with our old Parks Board, and we're excited to have him back serving the public again.
He's a licensed architect, so
Yes,
very applicable.
Yeah, I've known Joe for, I think, a couple decades, and I highly recommend him. He was on the Parks Board originally, and he was maybe in the second iteration of it, and he was very passionate and excited to serve back then, and he's a very passionate, excited member of our community, so I'm very excited to have him on again.
Okay. I make a motion to approve Resolution 23-166, appoint Joseph Pax as an alternate member to the Orange Township Board of Zoning Appeals.
Second.
Ms. Knapp?
Yes.
Mrs. Faust?
Yes. Okay. Mr. Bowers, operations.
Thank you, Trustee Faust. One thing on the operations menu today, if you will, is a REA to the county engineers for a traffic and guardrail study for Green Meadows Drive South that was requested by a township business along that stretch of roadway. And that is it.
Any questions?
So what is the reason we're doing that?
Uh,
Has there
the-
been complaints from
Yeah,
residents?
the business had some concerns about traffic and guardrails and lack of in that area. And in order to properly study it, we're going to lean on our traffic engineers from the county to provide a recommendation, if there is one, for any improvements that would be recommended.
Is it 35 miles per hour right now?
I believe that stretch is 25 through there, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. Do they want to increase the speed?
No, it's strictly a safety and guardrail
Just
study.
for the guardrail?
I make a motion to approve Resolution 23-167, authorizing Township Administrator execution of a request for engineering assistance with the Delaware County Engineer's Office regarding Green Meadows Drive sign.
Second?
Ms. Knapp?
Yes.
Mrs. Faust?
Yes. Chief, do you have anything?
Nothing on the agenda, ma'am, but thank you for coming out this weekend for the sport with the boat ceremony. It went really well. Thank you to the Sailing Association for their support for putting the boat down there. So Boat 360 was placed in service on Saturday morning. Went very well. And we actually, that week prior, we did use it. We did extinguish a fire in Berlin with it, so from the water. So it's already been christened and used once. So it's going well. So thank you for being there.
You're welcome, of course. It was great to be a part of that and meet the Sailing Association people. I'm excited. Sydney and I both got to talk to them for a while. I think they'll be looking to partner with us with a number of different things. And then also we're excited for this boat. Like you said, it's already used for firefighting capabilities. We've never had a boat on the lake that was a rescue boat for fire that was able to extinguish fires. So we can put out, what was the fire?
It was, there's two fishermen that were down there, and I think they were trying to create some heat maybe for them, a little bonfire right there.
Okay. So, but like
Yeah.
on the banks?
It was on the banks,
Okay,
yeah.
so it's not like it was a building.
No, nothing like that, but something would be harder for a line to get down to, so
Yes.
we were able to get there and put it out, so
Yeah.
we're well.
That's great. So the new boat is lovely and can get to where it needs to be quickly. It will be at the marina from like April through October-ish or whenever the fall is when they pull boats out. So now the firefighters would be able, they get a call, they'll be able to drive the truck right down there and get right in the water. Where before they had to pull the truck with the trailer, put it in the water, and then go services. So much faster response time. And we implemented, I think last year, I'm not sure if we did before, but on our heavy hitting days, our holidays, that kind of stuff, we have the boat, we have staff there on the boat just in case. And I know that Berlin's boat and our boat were out on Memorial Day weekend, and we did not have any calls, so that's great. Part of me thinks maybe it's because we had more law enforcement, presence there, reminding people to act appropriately and be on their best behavior and that kind of stuff. So prevention is great. So we're excited that the community supported us and getting the boat. I know the boat committee that was currently 3 firefighters, and then we had one who's retired who's able to be there as well, spent a lot of time making sure that we got the right boat for exactly our needs, that it wasn't all the bells and whistles, but it wasn't, it was exactly what we needed for the right price. So that we're being fiscally responsible and being able to, be there to support our residents and all the visitors and guests that we have that come into the Allen Creek area and that kind of stuff. So we're excited for this development and that this is done. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, well, we'll start off with our May financial review. Our ending cash position on May 31st was $28,374,241.03. Our investments are about $10.9 million with Fifth Third and $14.8 million with Star Ohio, for approximately $25.7 million in investments. Our fund balances, general is at $8.4 million, roads at $3 million, fire at 7.5, parks at 4.7 million. Our expenses through May 31st, 7.4 million, and our revenue is 9 million. So as far as Delaware County Foundation balance for our Vets Memorial, as of March 31st, the end of first quarter, it is $94,266.49. And on March 31st, our community fund wasn't established yet, so it didn't have a balance. It does have a balance now of about maybe $500-600 for parade fees that are coming in, so that's good, which is the intent of having that account. So, so that's the financials. Any questions on those? Then the next resolution is to correct. We were working with the Auditor of State's office on the right way to set up these custodial funds. This is for our energy. The energy credits or discounts we gave, they were all this paperwork through it was called PACE at the time, but it's changing it from just a special assessment fund to a custodial special assessment fund. What this will allow us to do with this change is when the money comes in and we pay it back out. So it's one of those, we get it in and then we send it back out to Green Hill Financial or something like whoever is the financier on these energy projects. And then we keep like $74 of it that can go to general fund at that point. But if we set it up as the custodial fund or change it to the custodial fund, we won't have to have revenue estimates or appropriations set for it since it is a pass-through fund like that. So that was the recommendation for the auditor, of state. And then the next one is TIPs. So we've been fortunate to be getting some TIP money recently. So the next resolution is to separate that funding because TIF financing is for very specific reasons. So this allows us to track that to be able to show the auditors that we are using it for the intended purpose. So two different TIF funds here that we are creating. The first is for Creekside, and that is a road improvement TIF for that district. And then the other is the county, is giving us around $568,000 for road paving this year, as well as around $11,000 for curbs that they've already given us. So this will separate out the money that Delaware County has been kindly sending our way to get some of this road work done. So we do have to show this money coming in and going out, so these funds will allow us to do that. And then because the TIP funds aren't custodial funds, we do need to set appropriations for those, and that's what you'll see in the next resolution is establishing the appropriations for those funds. Okay, any questions?
I have none. Excellent work.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Thank you very much. Yeah, and Michelle, thank you for speaking on behalf of us and working with the county to get money from them. So thank you for the county and Silas and you guys for doing all that so that we can be able to pave our roads and pay for them. Important. Yes, very much. Okay. I make a motion to approve resolution 23-168, rescinding resolution 23-108 for Fund 2401 and establishment of new fund.
Second. Ms. Knapp?
Yes.
Mrs. Faust?
Yes. I make a motion to approve resolution 23-169, establishment of new funds.
Second. Ms. Knapp?
Yes.
Mrs. Faust?
Yes. I make a motion to approve resolution 23-170, revising and or increasing permanent appropriations established in resolution 22-384.
Second. Ms. Knapp? Yes. Mrs. Faust?
Yes. Okay. Ms. Bonnie, our administration.
Yes, thank you. I only have one item, and it's really for discussion at this point of time. We have the AA group has inquired about renting our community room to have their meetings on Sunday mornings. It's my understanding in the past they used to be here at Township Hall. I think maybe five years ago. It's been a while for them. So they're asking to use our community room, but the question that they have is that because there's no revenue that comes from their AA group, they wanted to see if the township would be willing to waive the rental fees.
What is the rental fee?
Pretty expensive.
Silas, I think I'm sorry, what's the rental fee for the community room?
Is it like 16 hours? Yeah, I'm okay with waiving it.
Yeah.
So we can pass a simple motion today to waive that, and then I can inform them that they can start using that. And just, this would be unprecedented. We don't waive fees for anybody else at this point in time. So I just wanted to bring it to your attention. Do you mind passing a resolution, or are you able to? We can do that. We can do it at the
I can
end.
get
Do you want to do it at the end to make it less
Yeah.
complicated?
Doesn't matter.
I'll have it ready for you at the end. Thank you. That's all I have.
Okay. Any old business, new business? Okay, so we are going to enter into executive session. I make a motion to approve resolution 23-171 to enter into an executive session to conference with the township attorneys concerning a dispute that is the subject of imminent litigation pursuant to the Ohio Revised Code 121.22G3.
Ms. Knapp?
Yes.
Mrs. Faust?
Yes. Invited to attend are trustee Knapp, myself, township attorney, Mrs. Kraft, and Ms. Lyon.
All right, we are back on.
I make a motion to approve resolution 23-172 for Township regular session. Hannah? Yes. Mrs. Faust? Yes. Okay, I make a motion to approve resolution 23-173, resolution approving the conciliation agreement and consent order with the Ohio Civil Rights Commission. Compliant with 22 MPCOL 4961 and authorizing the board of township trustees to execute the agreement on behalf of the township. Ms. Knapp? Yes. Mrs. Faust? Yes.
I would say to state that I'm very happy to have that our issue passed and resolved, and I'm really happy to be moving forward on all that.
Okay, back to our AA group that we said that they are good to the community space. Make a motion to approve resolution 23-174, waive community room rental fees for AA meetings. Second?
Ms. Knapp?
Yes.
Mrs. Faust?
Yes. Make a motion to approve resolution 23-175.
Ms. Knapp?